effective, safe society and environment. What you are doing here today shouldn't have been called for. Today you are using the word community policing. It is a very sensitive terminology that people have tried to use in the past, and government have been crucified for it. When the initiators of these ideas came to me, they said, Youth Vanguard, and they told us of their genuine purpose. And I know truly well that the police are no angels. A society cannot be secured if component of society does not support it. You cannot bring a policeman from Sokoto or Port Harcourt or Imo Anambra, even Lagos down to Ebonyi to secure the place. It takes who knows the shoe, who knows where it pinches, to amend the shoes. It takes someone who knows the road to show the road. If we want effective policing in the community, people of the community must be part of that police. If you want effective policing, the police structure must be developed to that in which the head of the police must be voted in by the people in that community. That is how it should be done. But again, our democracy is growing. And we hope that we'll get to that climb where a policeman will live in the community, not in a barracks. Will be part of the community. He or she would have come up from the community and will know where the black spots are without being told, know who is bad and who is good, and how to go around it. That is community policing. But I will appeal to you, because of the harakiri surrounding the terminology that is yet legally to be settled. What you told me was Youth Vanguard. And immediately, what did I do? You said you needed office accommodation. I said, go and use the area office. Because I believe in your vision. But now you have added another appellage to it. That for me it is strange. And I will need some clearance from the state so that we do not see or people do not perceive us as trying to create problems. You will have to remove community policing. Your motto remains the same. Your objective remains the same. To support the police to fight crime, fighting crime, and giving information. Like I told you, police are not angels. They need information to act. Not only working with the police alone does not secure an environment under our system of government. You have the SSS. You have the immigration. You have the NSCDC. You have the army, the military intelligence. You have the Navy. And we have our own platform here where they all gather. That is the Security Council. I'll be very happy if this thing is well structured and I can use the power conferred on me by the Constitution of Nigeria to make you a member of the Security Council so that we can share intelligence and also work with you. But you have to drop the terminology community policing because of the contradiction that surrounds it. And you're not only going to work with the police, you are going to work with all agencies of security within the local government. And if it works appropriately well, then the fight by the government of Lagos would have been proven to be true, that we need community police. Then, by the time a true sovereign national conference is convoked, and we finish, and the document of that conference is adopted through a referendum, not by the National Assembly, through a referendum. Because the National Assembly are also interested in the Nigerian state. They are politicians. Who is going to speak for you? The politician cannot speak for you because you are not all political elements. Through SNC, Sovereign National Conference, your interests also be put on the table as Nigerian youth. And you tell them what you want, and it will be adopted in a referendum. And I know that referendum will give room for community police and state police, and of course the federal police. And some of you will be employed as police officers within the community, and you get gainful employment. And of course for others, son. But if you want us to interface very, very well, in which I'm well open, as the chief security of the local government, law officer here, we must drop community policing and open room for other security agencies to come in. It is not just starting this that matters, but how to sustain it. Some people will have to start a program. The program becomes much more interesting and lucrative if it is well endured and has sustainability. If for no program that I know that even after I've left office will continue, is Amuwo-Odofin shuttle. We started the shuttle with 6 buses. Now we have over 100 buses owned by people. And all of that. And it has created jobs. It was an idea that was made manifest through my partner, Alasko, and all of that. So I'm ready to adopt your idea, which also is in consonance with the ideas of the progressives. But until we get to that ideal situation, you will open up to more security agencies to come in, and you will work also with the SSS, the police, and other sister agencies. We will go further to also try to create a room for you in this edifice as temporary. As temporary. Until we now put up that structure at Ayodele Adewale that will accommodate the neighborhood watch, that will accommodate the immigration, that will accommodate the NSCDC, and also accommodate you. But it is better to plan very, very well. You have started a very good thing, and I also watch your shades. It crosses religious boundaries and nationality boundaries. I'm always very happy to tell people that Amuwo-Odofin local government has all nationalities. And never have we fought each other. A platform that can help us to sustain our diversity and make it our strength for unity. That is what I will tell you. And you must register for it also to have root and weight, so that you can also sue. And God forbid, if you are doing the wrong thing, you can be sued. You must register this organization. 1, with the local government, but after removing that 2 words. 2, with the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. You must register it. If you go to read or Google how the FBI started, it started with an idea by a man, and he never knew it would grow to that enormity. But again, when the FBI started growing, a problem also emanated from the initiator, who decided to sit tight, and he blackmailed all successive American presidents to do his bidding. In fact, he was the Lucimo de facto in US. Go and read the history of the FBI. It was only God that removed them. Today, the FBI is the biggest organization that has a lot of purity and functionality, and that can pierce any criminal organization. You are trying to create something that Nigeria can borrow. But the first step must be taken very, very cautiously and very rightly. And it must not become a dogma. It must not become a dogma. It must be open. very transparent, or else it can become a social vice. It can become a social vice. You must be very careful. The confraternity in the university started as an organization to fight colonialism. But today, confraternity in the university is now killing everybody on campus. And it has become a monster that is very difficult to control. I don't pray the same fate for this organization. Amen. But please, the first step is very, very important. If you believe on our common goal and cause, if you believe that your essence is to help secure this environment, if you believe that you are change agents that should network with every security agency, that should work together for the common good of Nigeria and Nigerians, then don't limit it to an enclave. You open it and stay as Amuwo Youth Vanguard. And we will now work together effectively for our common good. Any question?
Community policing Vanguard.
Say no to crime.
Say no to crime.
Community policing Vanguard.
Your Excellency, I want to say a big thank you for the word of advice you've given us. Immediately after this rally, the ESCOL and other members will go in for a meeting so as to fine-tune the way forward so that we can work with the local government. Thank you very much.
And if you do that, and it works very well, I know you'll be open to ask for requests here and there in order to strengthen your organization, in order to make provision. But remember that this group is a non-governmental organization, non-profit making. Remember that also your members need to be taught and empowered that the organization is not a milking pipe. Otherwise, you become what you're fighting against. We can fuse you by law, using the bylaw, to collect grants. I'll use the word grant from the local government every year. And the grant will be only assessed through some certain criteria. If those criteria are met, I will even show you some secrets that you do not know on how to assess international funding. There is a big stream of international funding on security, particularly with the peculiarity in Nigeria. Not only for funding, for training. I know I have a pact with the city of Sheffield. I've said this before and I will say it again. I was meant to take some youths to be trained by the British police on community policing. This training was to cost me about 2.5 million per person. And I was meant to bring 50. Bimbo Fasu is alive. And thank God he's in Nigeria if I'm lying. Bimbo was on that table with me when I was discussing it in Sheffield Town Hall with the former mayor of Sheffield, Mayor Campbell. Your member, this organization can benefit from it if it is well structured. I also have partners now in Poland. We also have partners in US that we can structure all these things with. It is not verbose, but if it is well structured, we can also get some organization to fund it even outside the council's purse. So it must be well structured. There are various opportunities out there. I cannot go with it. I'm looking for opportunity to pass it across. But it will not do me well if I pass it across and it is misused. If it is misused, it won't do me well. The opportunities are there for you to take. And I don't need people to be graduates to take it. All I need is a willing heart and a passionate soul and a contented mind that even if there's no money coming from it, you can still build yourself and be better with it. That is the thing. I've told you of international connection. I have told you how I can structure it into the financial stream of the local government to give grants yearly. I know they don't just give grants, you have to do some things, some work to prove and assess those grants. That is open for you. A luta continua.